Today, I want to give content creators a guide of how to successfully partner with brands so you can make money online. This is something that I see a lot of people do incorrectly, and thankfully with my primary channel, which has now grown to tens of thousands of subscribers, it's a standalone business that has allowed me to leave corporate America. I remember my first time a brand reached out, I had 843 subscribers. I was so excited. It was like very validating that a brand finally reached out and I could make money. But what I found very quickly is as I approached 1,000 subscribers, several brands started reaching out and almost all of them gave me horrible terms. They were expecting me to make multiple videos plugging their product, and you're gonna see this as well when you reach these different milestones. But the funny thing that I found is my corporate career was in tech sales. I am used to negotiating multi-million-dollar contracts with Fortune 500 companies. And when these individual brands would reach out to me, I was like, hey, guys, there's no way I could do this. This doesn't make sense for me and my channel. And they immediately came back with significantly better terms. So hopefully in the matter of about 15 minutes today, I'm just gonna walk you through how to not only successfully negotiate with these brands, but also really easily how to gain leverage in something I don't see hardly any creators doing today that would really allow them to not only partner with bigger and better brands, but also at the individual agreement level, maximize how much they're making with each engagement. And again, this is my personal channel. My primary channel is Tech Sales with Higher Levels if you wanna see what we built there and get some inspiration from it. But I started this personal channel because quite frankly, I don't think anyone really breaks down the business of being a YouTuber. And if you're early on in your career right now making YouTube videos, it's really exciting. Just the subscribers and the views and the likes is enough to keep you going. But I will tell you from experience and many creators I've met as I have grown my own brand as well, when you get 1.5 to 2 years in, you get pretty tired of making videos for free. You really do want to start making some money, and it's a good spot to be, but this is where a lot of people mess up and really handicap their channel and lose a lot of momentum. And if there's one thing you remember from this entire video, and I preach this in a lot of the videos on my channel, if you want to look at different aspects of YouTube as a business, if there's one thing you remember, even before you partner with brands, even before you make a single dollar online, start an email list. This could be a free newsletter. In your case, maybe you're giving education about career or finance or something of that nature. Even if you made a free guide and offered people, hey, sign up for my newsletter and I'll give you a free guide with XYZ information, and you just send them a simple PDF that you made, this is ultimately what gives you exponentially more leverage when you begin to partner with brands. When you come to them and say, hey, not only do I have this channel with 1,000 subscribers, I've also got an email list with 70 people or 100 people and it's growing about 5 people per day. This is where you really get their attention and you put yourself in a position to get much more favorable terms. Put more simply, I've broken this into 3 major stages here because I think this is really where you can maximize your take and also really protect the strength and integrity of your brand. One thing that I've seen from a couple of creators in my space is they get about 5,000 to 6,000 subscribers and all of a sudden it's like every week they're promoting some new software tool or some drink or some BetterHelp or something, and whatever, to each their own. But to me as a content creator, and I think whether you agree with this or not, I think the best way to form a successful partnership is to maybe find 1 or 2 brands that you are really gung-ho about, that you get favorable terms with, and just push that to the max. Because as soon as you start, every single week is brought to you by HubSpot, brought to you by Jamba Juice, brought to you by all of these different things, your viewers are kind of like, okay, well, I enjoyed that they were truly someone I felt I could connect with in their apartment, but now as soon as they get 5,000 subscribers, they're partnering with anyone and everyone. Yeah, so anyway, my point being, I wanna break this down if you're between 0 and 2,000 subscribers. Maybe you're between 2,000 and 10,000 subscribers, and maybe you're like my primary channel. We're at 20,000 plus at this point and growing rather rapidly. So I've also made a case here for if you're at 10,000 plus and how I would think about it. If you're early on, to be honest, this might be a controversial opinion, and I know it's so hard to trust on this one because you want to make that first dollar. It's a huge milestone and it's exciting. But my personal opinion is if you are between 0 and 2,000 subscribers, you do not partner with anyone, because if you are starting to get a little bit of momentum, if you're like in my case, I made advice about tech sales and tech sales careers, there were a lot of people commenting on my videos that were just like, thank you so much. This was not overly produced. I love the fact that you're just sitting on your couch and telling it straight like it is. And I imagine a lot of you are in that situation unless you're trying to copy like Mr. Beast style videos or something, nothing against that. But if you are connecting really well with your audience, you've got a lot of people saying they really love your style, they love your honesty, they love how authentic you are. 0 to 2,000 subscribers, don't even consider partnering with anyone. And I know it is so exciting and validating when these brands start to reach out as you approach 1,000 subscribers, but I will tell you from my own experience, just to give you a point of reference, the first brand that reached out to me was a juice shot for like focus and concentration. It was a coffee alternative, and it was a solid brand too, I might add. It was a very well-renowned brand, and they were looking for micro creators. They buttered me up. They were like, I love your content. You have such a great audience and really authentic and all of these different things. And when I took a phone call with them, and they told me that they wanted me to make the next 3 videos on my channel would have a 30-second advertisement about their little juice shot. And then only if I sold like 100 units would they then partner with me and pay me 10% per sale. That is dog shit. And for those of you that are just getting started there, I promise you, there are very few deals. And we're gonna talk about what a good deal looks like, but I guarantee you almost all of those deals that you're gonna get offered in this range of size in terms of subscribers, it's dog shit. So what was funny though, again, my career is in sales. All I know is how to negotiate. All I know is how to sell things. And so I reached out to them after having that conversation. I drew it out a few days because they kept hitting me like, hey, are you ready to go? You ready to go? And I hit them with an email about 4 days later and was like, hey guys, thanks so much, but after careful consideration, this partnership doesn't make sense for me from a compensation standpoint or for my viewers, so I'm gonna have to pass. And immediately, within 20 minutes, they reached out to me and were like, hey, sorry, it sounds like you've done this before and you really know what you're doing. We're ready to offer you 20% of every single sale right now. So all of a sudden, now I didn't even have to make 3 videos with 30-second advertisements. They immediately came back and said if I got anyone to buy their product, they would pay me 20% right away. And so if you are new, you don't have a sales background, you don't have a marketing background, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but this is the exact kind of person they're looking for. They are looking for someone who started this as a hobby, doesn't really think that much about it, is willing to give them a bunch of free press, and then only if it's successful would they then pay them. Avoid those at all costs. So again, going back to an earlier point that I made, if you are in this range, the only thing that you need to be doing is starting a free newsletter. Or for instance, on my channel, when it first started, I was trying a recruiting model and I acted as if we had a talent pool. We did, but we were just getting started. It was super primitive. But I made videos about tech sales, and in the description, I said, hey, join our talent pool for open SDR jobs. And I would start a newsletter where I sent them open jobs, and if there were super qualified candidates that left their email and information, I would send that to a recruiter and actually get them placed and paid for a job. And this was happening when I had 300 to 400 subscribers. So again, if you are just getting started, if you are in this range and you are not capturing emails, that is the #1 thing you can do, because down the line, as we get here, as we get to 10,000 plus subscribers, not only can you negotiate by telling brands that you're not necessarily interested in those terms and they'll come back, but also when you say, hey guys, this isn't just my YouTube channel, I've got an email list of several hundred people already and it's growing every single day. So when I make a video, it's not just going live on my YouTube channel, but it's also being sent via my newsletter to viewers to make sure that they see it as well. So if you want to take that into consideration, you're getting multi-channel distribution to my entire audience. And right now, as it stands with these terms, it really doesn't make sense for me. When you're coming to the table with that, and I've tried to illustrate it here with the different email illustrations, when you do not have an email list, you're pretty valuable early on, and then once you hit about 2,000 subscribers, you kind of plateau in interest, and then, yeah, sure, over time, you're big, you grow a little bit, but as soon as you have an email list, you really gain exponential leverage, especially as you get into like 1,000 to 5,000 subscribers with a couple hundred email signups. When they know you're going to be hitting your audience on multi-channel, that is where you really start to grow. And I know I'm getting deep, by the way. I monitor these comments myself, so if you're just getting started or you have questions, let me know. But now, as we get into this 2,000 subscriber to 10,000 subscriber range, there's really 2 major criteria that I think about here, which is I would only partner with brands that pay you a strong commission, ideally 25% or more, and realistically, with good brands, you can get a 35 to 40% commission, especially on digital products. But this way, with commission-based products, they give you ultimate creative freedom. So that was one of the things that really pissed me off about this deal that I was offered with about 800 subscribers. Not only did they say I had to promote it for 30 seconds in 3 videos before they'd even consider paying me, they also gave me a script that I had to say that was one of those, like, you know, I'd be talking to the camera and then be like, today's video is brought to you by Jamba Juice. Jamba Juice helps you blah, blah, blah. And like that stuff just kills your brand identity and authenticity. So when you get here, if you are even considering brand deals between 2 and 10,000 subscribers, do commission-based only with affiliate brands that pay anywhere from 25 to 50% commission for sales. Because our business is a digital coaching business, we do a lot of sales through referrals, and for us, we actually pay 40% on a sale because if we were to run ads, it would cost us about that much to actually convert a customer anyway. So if we have someone on a different channel that's promoting our brand and we only have to pay them when they make a sale, it's actually much more efficient for me as a brand owner because I don't have to risk paying money into Google ads or into YouTube ads or anything like that to get a customer, and I only pay once they've converted. And the other thing about this too is, again, there is a right and a wrong way to promote brands on your channel, but when you're in this spot of 2 to 10,000 subscribers, you've probably been working on your YouTube channel for 6 to 18 months, and as you start to get some interest, because you can completely control the narrative for these commission-based brands, you can actually weave it in a way that's really authentic. So early on in my career, our channel was about tech sales. I gave a lot of career advice and information for free. I partnered with a boot camp, but they gave me complete freedom to pitch it in a way that I thought was really authentic and accurate. And so again, I'm not gonna partner with anyone in here, as hard as this can be between 2 and 10,000 subscribers. If they say, hey, let's partner and I'll pay you pretty well, but you have to read this script, get rid of that immediately. It kills your channel, it kills your brand, it is not authentic, and everyone hates it. Lastly, as we get to 10,000 subscribers, if you guys are still with me, I appreciate it. And also, if you want more of these videos, the only way I'm gonna know what to make is if you like, subscribe, and comment so I can keep making videos that are most relevant to you, that I wish I knew when I got started 5 years ago. Here, when you get to 10,000 subscribers, I think it's really important to think about the data here. You're in probably the top 3 to 4% of YouTube channels in the world. And a lot of people, you've been grinding on this as like maybe a passion project, or you're starting to consider maybe taking it more serious as like a full-time income stream or whatever it might be. You are in the top 3% of YouTube channels in the world. So you are not going to necessarily need to accept standard terms. And if you've been collecting emails, you've been really positioning your brand in a very strong way, and you haven't taken a bunch of bullshit partners before, and no one's ever advertised on your channel, this is the stuff that makes you super, super attractive to different brands. And they're willing to give you, as an example, like a special promotion code with your link. So it's not just a, hey, I want to partner with a brand because I have 10,000 subscribers now. But if you have an email list, if you've got a really fast growing channel at this point, you want to partner with brands and have them give your audience a promotion that is not available to the average brand that partners with them. Because it's the difference between saying, hey, I'm really excited to announce I've partnered with X, Y, and Z. I only partner with brands I use myself, but what's unique to you guys, and thank you for your support as you've grown. I didn't want to do this just to make money myself. I did not take this deal until this company gave me a custom link. So every single one of you that signs up in the description below gets 10% off. I'm one of the only channels this is available on, and we win together. So again, you've got all this leverage, you've got a lot of ability to control your own destiny and control the narrative around the brands that you partner with. But really also I would add at this stage, if not a little before, when you get to 10,000 plus subscribers, this is where I would really strongly consider creating your own digital products. And I'll make future videos about how to do that successfully, because that is its own game and science within itself. But as you get to 10,000 subscribers, there are definitely trade-offs. If this is a passion project, if this is something you're not sure you want to be a full-time content creator, I think partnering with brands is the way to go. If you are looking long-term to really be your own brand, really have this be a primary source of income, making something, just for your reference, the digital products that I sell that are our own on my channel, they have a 90% margin. So if I sell something for $100, at the end of the day, I'm taking home 90, and there is just no partnership that is gonna even come close to that. But again, it is challenging, it is its own game. So if you're maybe not sure you wanna go full time, or maybe you're in a really good niche where you get some really great and favorable terms, you're gonna have to make that decision. Is it worth me taking 6 to 12 months to build out the infrastructure to sell my own products? Or can I get a favorable enough deal to where, you know what, maybe I'm only making 30 to 40 to 50% on this sale. However, I know that if I built it myself, I don't even know if I would be successful. That's gonna take a year anyway, so that makes sense for me. But my whole point, again, just summarizing this video, and again, I appreciate it if you've made it this far. I hope this really helped you guys get a sense for how to grow your channel sustainably. But if you are collecting emails and you are growing solidly as a channel, even if it's 5 to 10 subscribers a day, your whole goal should not be to make the quickest dollar possible or the most amount of money with every single interaction. But if you're collecting emails, you're growing, you have the most amount of optionality and leverage. So if a brand comes in and says, we're not gonna partner, even though maybe they wanna offer you some solid money, and you know your audience is gonna hate you if you read off of a script and do some boring cookie cutter ad, you have the leverage to walk away because you're gonna have so many brands interested in you, and or you're gonna have the ability to sell your own products. So hopefully that helps. Maybe that was a super long-winded way to say, don't maximize for the immediate dollar as soon as possible. The point of this video is not how to make money now, how to make as much as possible, but how do you have the most leverage to partner with brands, to make money, and really just maximize the long-term sustainability of your channel. So if you guys got a lot out of it, would love a like and subscribe. Comment below if there's other videos and things that I can make for you that are about kind of the business and economics behind YouTube. But if nothing else, hope you made it this long. Sorry if I rambled on, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.